¿Qué pasa, YouTube? What's up? How's it going, everybody? Have for y'all today our week 6 of the PGBL. Now, if you guys may have missed my team builder, a link to that should be down in the description, as well as our link to our week 5 matchup. Now, I do apologize that this match is going to be post-commentated. This match happened like a month ago, I want to be honest with you guys, and I'm sure there was something going on that prevented me from doing it live. So just, yeah, again, really sorry. Hope you guys do not mind. Hopefully next week for week 7 I will be able to do a live commentator, although I know some of you guys don't care if it is live or post comments. Love you guys either way. So if y'all do enjoy this, make sure to show off your support, hit that thumbs up button down below, and make sure to go check out our opponent, the coach of the Orlando Solgaleos, Miss SweetBananaGaming. If you guys want to go see her side of our match, you can definitely go check her out. Channel link and stuff is going to be down in the description, of course. And if you guys want to know why I brought exactly what I brought, check out the team builder. So going into this matchup, I was really happy to not see that she does not have the Galvantula. However, though, she still has Naganadel, potentially SD Mega Absol, Calm Mind, Clefable, and Calm Mind Slowbro. So those were really the biggest threats I saw going into this matchup regardless. Vizually should be very dealable with. Slowbro could get a little bit out of hand if it turns out to be potentially like Tangaberry with Calm Mind. So either way, my game plan going into this match is to try and pressure her team and hopefully try and sweep with either my Dragon Dance Zygarde or with my Speed Boost Scolipede. So I thought that my Necrozma was going to be the absolute best lead that I could have in this game, as she actually ends up leading off with the Mega Absol, and this is absolutely amazing. Now, the one thing I noticed about Sweet Banana is that she does not typically optimize her EV spread, so I fully expected this Mega Absol to be max speed and max attack, which if it is, I have a 93% chance to straight OHKO her with a Signal Beam after I live a knockoff thanks to my Colbur Berry, and she lives on like 1%. Yeah, I get the Signal Beam confusion, but that doesn't really matter because she doesn't hit herself, and you guys can see the calc on your screen. Like, she confirmed to me after this battle that she was not running any type of bulk outside of like 4 HP EVs. So yeah, even though I had a 93% chance to straight OHKO this Mega Absol, of course I don't get the roll. So this is a little bit bad because I absolutely need to keep my Necrozma around, because if this Clefable does not have the Aromatherapy or the Heal Bell, then I will be able to go for the Toxic on the Slowbro, and then that means Slowbro will no longer be a problem. So as I bring in my Snorlax here, Snorlax should always be able to 2 KO Clefable unless it turns out to be Cosmic Power. And honestly, Cosmic Power Clefable was not something I was really expecting her to bring, and this is actually a gigantic problem. Because if this Clefable ends up being her very last Pokemon, there is a good possibility that it can just 1v1 my entire team. So I basically need to find some way to pressure this Clefable to the point where it will not be her final Pokemon, and then that way I can still consistently roar it in and out if she tries to keep setting up on me. And so long as this Clefable does not boost up to the point where it can 2 KO my Vaporeon, I will be able to play around it. But she can very easily just sack off her entire team, bring this in against my Necrozma, my Snorlax, my Zygarde potentially, and my Vaporeon as her final Pokemon, Cosmic Power, and boost up and just win. So again, I really need to prevent that. So thankfully I can pass off a wish to my Necrozma, and I'm able to get on my Stealth Rocks, which is really nice. This means I can then bring back in my Vaporeon as long as I have Rocks up in this match, they are going to be giving me a slight advantage because I can chip down her entire team, put them closer into range of my Zygarde in the back, of my Scolipede, and even my especially offensive Necrozma. So she goes for the Cosmic Power, then goes for the Charge Beam, as I believe I just fired off a Wish. Regardless of what she wants to do here, my play is to 100% go for the Roar. I do not want to let this Clefable consistently just keep stored powering and going for Charge Beam. Charge Beam getting a 70% special attack boost is an absolute lie. I say this every time. That is not 70%. Stop lying to us, Game Freak. We know it's not 70% because I've used it before and I never get a special attack boost. So I end up going for the Scald here as in comes the Silvally. Not gonna lie, really hoping that I could potentially get a burn on it. She turns out to be Silvally Fighting, which not really sure why she brought Silvally Fighting. From her team builder, she said she had Silvally Flying, but if you guys want to find out why exactly she has Fighting, then yeah, go check out her side of the video. So this turn, I just go for the Wish as she parting shots into the Naganadel. And this is really bad because there is absolutely no way, no chance that I can lose my Vaporeon. If I lose my Vaporeon, Clefable just comes in, stored powers, Charge Beam, stored power, Moonlight, Soft Bolt, whatever, and just sweeps me. So I'm basically forced to switch out here as she makes a really good play there. Goes for the Nasty Plot, and then this following turn she's going to go for the Devastating Drake. Thankfully, my Snorlax has not taken any type of prior damage, and I am Assault Vested, so I will 100% live this Devastating Drake so long as she does not crit me, and thankfully she doesn't, so I can go for the Earthquake here. If she had any type of bulk, she was always going to live this Earthquake. I believe I only had about a 6% chance to actually be able to OHKO her if she didn't have any bulk, which I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping I would be able to gain that 6% chance after the Absol lived turn 1 on basically a 6% chance, but yeah, because it was like a 93.8% chance. But regardless though, this Naganadel is now 100% in range of the Extreme Speed from my Zygarde in the back, and there is literally no way I am not going for Extreme Speed here. I do not at all want to mess around with that Naganadel, as she does make a good switch here into the Slowbro, and this is actually kind of scary because she can still save that Naganadel to come in and potentially get another KO against my team if I'm not able to get up a Lair of Spikes or get up my Stealth Rock. So in comes the Slowbro. I fully expect this to be a Calm Mind variant, or if she had the Ice Beam, she was most likely going to go for it this turn. I guess maybe she could have also gone for the Toxic, but by bringing in my Necrozma here, I will be able to Toxic this Slowbro, and at this point, I'm very convinced that she does not have the Aromatherapy or the Heal Bell on her Clefable. So the fact that I'm able to put a timer on the Slowbro is absolutely amazing, because now this means that my Vaporeon in the back will be able to switch in and be able to stall this out, and eventually I will be able to phase it around with the Roar once toxic damage has racked up enough against it. And I believe I do just end up getting up my Stealth Rocks this turn as she decides to go for the Slack Off, probably expecting me to want to go for the Signal Beam, which does make a lot of sense, but I really want to ensure that I can keep up my Stealth Rocks in this battle, because again, she has that Naganadel in the back. My best switch into Naganadel is my Clefable, my Klefki, sorry, and if she predicts that and hits me with the Fire Blast, and that's really bad. So by getting up these rocks and hopefully being able to keep them up, then that Naganadel will not even be an issue to me whatsoever, although there is a chance that she does have the defog on this Silvally, so I will have to be able to play around that, or at least scout out for that. So I bring in my Vaporeon here. I do believe she actually went for the Scald there, which is really nice, because now I can just keep racking up the toxic damage, even if she boosts up to like +3, +4. I think the only way she could even 2-KO me is if she got up to +3, if I'm not mistaken. So as long as this Slowbro doesn't boost up to that amount of special attack boost, then it really shouldn't even be a problem whatsoever, and we should be able to play around it accordingly. But at this point, I'm still absolutely terrified of that Clefable in the back. Like, you guys, y'all need to understand that it doesn't matter how good it looks I'm playing. It doesn't matter how well I may be playing in this match. If that Clefable is her very last Pokemon, it can just set up and sweep through my team. I didn't think I would need Haze in this battle, but if I had the Haze, then I wouldn't even need to be so paranoid about this Clefable if it just came in and started setting up. But because I have the Roar, Clefable can still win this match, so I still need to find some way to pressure Clefable and hopefully be able to beat it 1v1 or like 1v5, whatever it takes, to ensure this Clefable does not sweep me late game or as her last mon. So I get on my Stealth Rocks here after she goes for the Defog with that Silvally. She's gonna bring back in the Clefable here as I go for the Photon Geyser, just gauging to see how much damage I would be able to do to this Clefable, also scouting out to see if she had the leftovers or not, but it looks like she doesn't have leftovers. Maybe she's got the Kibaya Berry. That's what I was mainly scared about at this point, because even if this Clefable gets a Cosmic Power up, my Scolipede in the back can still tank a stored power without a special attack boost after a Cosmic Power, and then Poison Jab might be able to 2-hit KO her. So I end up switching here into my Klefki, realizing that I need to Thunder Wave this Clefable. If worse comes to worse, then I can at least try and rely on the 25% chance that she will get fully paralyzed because of the Thunder Wave. So after going for the Thunder Wave this turn, I switch back into my Vaporeon. I am luckily still at full HP, even after a Cosmic Power or two with a special attack boost. This Clefable is still not able to 2-hit KO me with the stored power. I feel like I'm calling Cosmic Power Stored Power, and I apologize about that. But yeah, after 2 Cosmic Powers, even with the Charge Beam boost, Stored Power shouldn't be able to knock me out. And as you can see there, Stored Power does practically nothing to us. So I will be able to go for the Roar after going for the Wish. And as long as I can continue keeping Vaporeon at full HP and phasing out this Clefable, then we're still in a really good spot in this match. Although, again, I just need to be very, very careful on how I play around the Clefable and basically the rest of her team. So I switch back into my Necrozma here, fully expecting the Silvally to go for the Defog. It looks like she's very adamant about trying to get rid of the Stealth Rock so she can try to get a potential extra KO with the Naganadel. So on the off chance that she did try to Parting Shot into her Naganadel, thinking that I would want to go for the Stealth Rocks, I do believe I go for the Photon Geyser this turn, as I'm actually able to catch the incoming Clefable. And because this Clefable does not have leftovers, it looks like I can 2-hit KO her at this range after she switched into the Photon Geyser, hoping that she would get fully paralyzed, but she doesn't. However though, it turns out she's got the Moonlight. She doesn't have Soft Bolt, which means this is really good for me. Because if now Clefable does end up being her last mon, there is a chance that I can stall out her Moonlights, but thankfully Clefable is poorly trained and she gets fully paralyzed on the turn that I go for my 3rd Photon Geyser, which means the 4th Geyser will be able to knock out this Clefable, and a giant weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, because now this puts me in an absolutely amazing position in this match. She doesn't really have any scary offensive threats left at this point, which means now I can start playing a bit more aggressively and I don't have to be as careful as I once was because the Clefable is gone. So in comes Silvally. She goes for the Parting Shot again into the Slowbro. This is really not even a problem at this point, mainly because with Slowbro being toxic, as long as I have a Vaporeon in the back, this thing should not be too much of a nuisance, and I can still at least get up my Stealth Rocks here, because while she may be adamant in trying to prevent me from keeping up rocks, I am more adamant about keeping up my rocks, because there is no way I'm going to let that Naganadel come in for free and potentially get another KO. While yes, I would be able to revenge kill her with my Zygarde, I would just much rather not sack something off to the Naganadel if I can try to avoid that. So this turn, she opts to go for the Calm Mind. That is fine by me. The main reason I wanted to bring in my Klefki here was so I could rack up another ton of toxic damage on the Slowbro, and then I would also be able to try and get up a layer of spikes so I can start getting off a little bit of extra damage on that Silvally every time it switches in. If I'm not mistaken, I think that after this layer of spikes, Solgaleo was only going to be able to live that initial switch-in. So if she brought in Solgaleo here, she wouldn't be able to switch back into rocks and another layer of spikes. So getting up spikes here in the long run is really nice for me, as I believe she goes for the Scald. I didn't really mind if she did burn me. That really wasn't going to be too big of an issue. Also, I do have a Vaporeon in the back, which I'm still going to safely switch into against this Slowbro. And Vaporeon, guys, has just been the MVP of this battle. Like, there was no good way that she was able to try and break through Vaporeon, because she didn't bring the Galvantula, and she didn't bring the Dhelmise, and she didn't bring something like Grass or Electric type Solgaleo. So that, along with her not having Toxic, meant that Vaporeon was an absolute nightmare for her to break through, which is really good for us, because Vaporeon is definitely being able to 1v1 most of her team. So at this point, Slowbro is severely weakened. I have a Wish Up in the air. There's absolutely zero reason for her to want to go for the Scald here, so I'm going to bring in my Zygarde, fully expecting her to want to go either for the Slack Off or go for the Psyshock. As she does go for it with the Wish here, we will be brought back up to full HP. And if she had stayed in and gone for the Slack Off after the Toxic damage, she would have been in range of a Tectonic Rage or a Crunch coming from our Zygarde. And at this point, her last team members are the Lycanroc, the Solgaleo, and the Naganadel, which Naganadel gets knocked out by Entry Hazard. So in comes Lycanroc. There's nothing Lycanroc can do to us to knock us out in one hit, and then I will be able to just fire off 1,000 arrows. She did miss the draw run there, but that really doesn't matter. Like, I'm guessing that maybe would have done like 20-ish%. It wouldn't have come anywhere near close to knocking us out. As in comes the Solgaleo, and yeah, okay, so it should have dropped after another layer of spikes and rocks. So I'm going to be able to pick this off with the E-Speed, and then Naganadel will come in and get knocked out by the Entry Hazards, and that is going to be the victory in our favor. Now, even though this match was a 5-0 victory for us, this game was entirely too scary, because again, I did not expect her to bring Cosmic Power, Stored Power, Clefable. I really thought she would bring like just standard defensive Clefable or Calm Mind potentially, but the fact Clefable was Stored Power and we only had Roar to deal with it was just absolutely huge. If Clefable didn't get fully paralyzed on that turn as I went for the Photon Geyser, this match would have been way longer than it actually was, and could have very well come down to Clefable being her last Mon and me having to rely on Parahaxes and stalling out her Moonlight. So very good game to SweetBananaGaming, guys. Definitely go check out her channel. Again, stuff is going to be down in the description. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as leave a comment and let me know what you guys thought about this match. And next week we take on our rival in the PGBL, Vizually. I pronounced it wrong the first time. I apologize. I'm gonna try and see how he pronounces it so that I don't pronounce it wrong, and just watching this battle back kind of like stressed me out. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. With that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with APA week 4 and next week with week 7 of the PGBL. So thank you all for watching. Later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks.